Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning. So we will start today's class by understanding whatever we have discussed in the previous class. Like we have been discussing on array of two isotropic point sources, and as I have explained you before, the array of two isotropic point sources, we have 5 cases to discuss, and first case is two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. So here we are going to see that two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. So here we are taking two point sources, point source 1 and point source 2, and we'll be seeing that how it has to be represented. So we have seen all these things in the previous class. Just to brief you this, whatever we discussed in the previous class, we have taken two point sources 1 and 2 and separated by a distance of d, and it is kept on the array axis. So when you are taking the direction of phi, you can see it is in this direction. So it is counterclockwise direction for the phi. So you have also seen that when you take the distance from the center, it is d by 2 for the point source 1, and for the point source 2 it is d by 2 from the center. The total distance is d. So these are the things which we have discussed, and we have also understood that the point source 1 is retarded and the point source 2 is advanced. So we have defined in the previous class. So in the previous class we have defined that source 1 is retarded by dr by 2 cos phi, that is what you can see here, and source 2 is advanced by dr by 2 cos phi. So these are very important things for you to understand, and dr is the distance between the source measured in radians. So this is what we discussed in the previous class, and we also understood few things like the equation for dr. Dr is 2 pi d by lambda, or it is also called as beta d, and beta can be defined as 2 pi by lambda, and we have the total phase difference. So here we have the equation for phase difference, that is psi. Psi is dr cos phi plus delta, and you have also defined that it is two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. So when you are saying that it is of same amplitude and phase, you can say that delta is the initial phase difference, and the difference it will be 0. So when the delta is 0, so you will substitute delta here. So psi can be rewritten as dr cos phi. So we are going to use this equation, psi is equal to dr cos phi, further. So you got dr is equal to 2 pi d by lambda, or it can also be called as beta d, and psi you got it as dr cos phi. These were the things which we discussed yesterday in the previous class. And further on, moving with the point sources, we are just going to have a vector representation of those things. So one point source 1 is retarded by dr by 2 cos phi, and point source 2 is advanced by dr by 2 cos phi. So we can also represent it as psi by 2. So you can see in the figure, you can see that psi by 2 where it is retarded, it is point source 1, and psi by 2 when it is advanced, it is point source 2. So we have written E naught e to the power of j psi by 2 and E naught e to the power of minus j psi by 2. So now this can be just written in the combined form, that is the total field. So we are going to see the total field, that is E, and E can be represented as E naught e to the power of minus j psi by 2 plus E naught e to the power of plus j psi by 2. So this is what we discussed in the previous class here, and you have the equation for psi as well. So what is the equation for psi is dr cos phi. So we are just substituting this equation later on. We will just simplify that in this form. We have taken 2 e naught outside common. So what are the terms left out? E to the power of minus j psi by 2 plus e to the power of j psi by 2 plus e to the power of minus j psi by 2 divided by 2. So all of you know that e to the power of j psi by 2 plus e to the power of minus j psi by 2 divided by 2 is same as that of cos of psi by 2. So we have replaced this term by cos psi by 2. So we got 2 e naught cos psi by 2. So what is psi? Psi is dr cos phi, and we are going to substitute psi here. So we got 2 e naught cos dr by 2 cos phi. So this is what we have discussed in the previous class, and we also know that 2 e naught is called as the magnitude and dr by 2 cos phi is called as the phase component. So for the normalized value of E, let us set that 2 E naught is equal to 1 and D is equal to lambda by 2. So we are assuming that the distance between the source D is lambda by 2. So when you have the equation for dr, so dr is 2 pi d by lambda, or when you substitute d as lambda by 2, so what you are going to get is 2 pi lambda by 2 divided by lambda, and you end up with the equation pi. So dr you will get it as pi. So we got the equations E is equal to 2 E naught cos dr by 2 cos pi. We have psi is equal to dr cos pi, and when you assume that d is equal to lambda by 2, you end up with dr is equal to pi. So all these things, when we substitute further, you get the equation for two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase can be defined as E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi. So this is what we have done in the previous class, and we are now going to see that how the radiation pattern can be plotted when the equation is E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi for the various values of phi. So you are going to see that at different values of phi, how you are going to write this equation for E. So when you understand further to understand the radiation pattern, so the radiation pattern is already studied in the module 1, where the pattern you have seen that there is a main lobe, side lobes, back lobes and all those things. So the same thing for this case, how you are going to see the pattern representation for the two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. So here we are going to see that this is a tabular table where you can represent the maximum value, minimum value and half power value. So if it is a function of sine, then you have to use these values there, and if it is a function of cosine, you have to use these things. So let me see that. So you can see here, if you take in this case, that is E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi. So it is a cos of x. So it will come all these values whichever is defined this side. So for the maximum value, minimum value and half power points. So before going into that, let us understand this table. So what you can see here is maximum value. So maximum value is if your equation is a function of sine. For example, I am saying if you are getting E is equal to sine of x, then you have to use these equations. If you are getting E is equal to cos of x, you have to use this equation. So we will see that if it is sine of x, what the table says is the maximum value can be found by writing x is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2, where k ranges from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And if it is a function of cos, the maximum can be found by using the equation x is equal to plus or minus k pi. In the case of sine, for a minimum value, you get x is equal to plus or minus k pi, and for the maximum value, you get x is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2 in the case of cos x. To find the half power points, x is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 4 in the case of sine, and x is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 4 in the case of cos. So this is a table representation for the maximum, minimum and half power values which you have to find out in order to plot the radiation pattern for this function. It can be any of the cases. It can be case 1, case 2 or case 3, case 4, case 5. So if it is in the form of sine x, you have to use these values to plot the maximum, minimum and half power, and if it is in the form of cos x, you have to use this to find out the maximum, minimum and half power. So you can make a note of these things, that is the radiation pattern where you have maximum, minimum and half power points for sine, function of sine, as well as the function of cosine. Okay, so you can do that. After that, we will be moving on further with the to find out the maximum value. First we will we can see that it is here in this case 1, it is E is equal to cos of x. So we are going to use all these equations what is there for cos x with respect to maximum, minimum and half power in order to find the values of x. So we will see that. Before going to that, you can keep a note of all these things which will be helpful for you further in order to find the maximum, minimum and half power points. So let us go further with the maximum value. So in order to find the maximum value, we have to take the equation, same equation what you have defined before, that is E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi. So I am going to use that equation, E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi. So this is for the case, this is applicable for the case 1. Okay, that is two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. So what we are going to do here, maximum value you are going to find. You are going to find out the angle at which you are going to get the maximum value. So how to do it? So listen carefully how this can be carried out. So how to do it, we will see. So it is E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi. What you have to understand here, it is a cos of x. So we are going to use all these equations which is with respect to cos x for maximum, minimum and half power. So let us take for maximum, you have to see that cos of pi by 2 cos phi. So I am going to write it as x is equal to plus or minus k pi. So what is x here? X is pi by 2 cos pi. So I am going to write pi by 2 cos pi maximum. That is maximum value of phi is plus or minus k pi. So it is plus or minus k pi. So what you can write, pi by 2 cos pi maximum, pi by 2 cos pi maximum will be equal to plus or minus k pi. Let us put the value k is equal to 0. First let us put the value k is equal to 0. So put k is equal to 0. So you will get pi by 2 cos pi max is equal to plus or minus. So you will get here k you are putting it as 0. So you will get it as 0. So pi by 2 cos max, cos pi max will be equal to 0. So you need to find out the maximum value of phi, where cos of phi, where it will be 0. So you need to find phi maximum. So you can find phi maximum. So cos phi max will be equal to 0. So phi max will be, which are the angles which make the cos of phi as 0. So phi maximum will be, we will be finding out. So phi maximum will be 90 and 270. So you will get phi max is equal to cos inverse of 0, and you know that at the value of 90 and 270 you get 0. So phi maximum will be 90 and 270. Now you got the maximum value for which the pattern will be having the maximum radiation, so that is at the angle 90 and 270, and then further we have to find the minimum value. So we have to use pi by 2 cos phi minimum is equal to, that is x here, is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2 you have to use, plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2. So you have to find out the minimum value, and once you complete that minimum value you will get the theta minimum, phi minimum, and once you get the phi minimum you will get the values for phi minimum, and then you have to also find the half power value. So you have to use the equation x is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 4. So what is x here? Pi by 2 cos phi half power. So you can just complete it. So all of you find out this phi maximum. So you'll get for the maximum value you'll get it as 90 and 270. So since the equation is E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi, we are using all the equations of cos x. If it was sine of x, then we would have used the equations for sine x. So you will get phi max is equal to 90 and 270. All of you have completed. Maximum value completed, you got 90 and 270. Have you completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you complete that, go for the minimum value. Find out the minimum value for which you are going to get phi minimum. So understand this case one properly. So phi minimum. So let us see that phi minimum. So minimum value you are going to find. So same equation E is equal to pi by cos of pi by 2 cos phi. So pi by 2 cos phi will be plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2. That is what we get from this minimum value. That is x is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2. So pi by 2 cos phi minimum is plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2. So you can simplify that further. You will get cos phi minimum is plus or minus 2k plus 1, and let me substitute k is equal to 0. You will get phi minimum is equal to cos inverse of 1, and you get the angles 0, 360 degree or 180 degree. Similarly, you have to find out the points for half power. So the points for half power is E is equal to cos of pi by 2 cos phi. So you are going to do it pi by 2 cos phi half power. So let us go back to the table and see for half power what you have to use is x is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 4 is what you have to use. So let us use that. Cos phi pi by 2 cos phi half power is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 4. Substitute k is equal to 0 and find the angles, that is phi half power. So what does this mean actually? When at this particular angle your pattern is going to get the maximum output, or you are going to have the main lobe at maxima at these points in the maximum case. In the minimum case, at this values of phi minimum, you are going to get the minimum value, that means it is approximately close down to 0. Okay. In the case of half power, the pattern you will be getting the half power values. So which angle you are going to get the half power values, you can find out by using pi by 2 cos phi half power is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 4. So you'll be getting as cos of pi half power is plus or minus 1 by 2, and all of you know that it can be cos inverse of plus or minus 1 by 2, and you will get the phi half power values as plus or minus 60 or plus or minus 120 degree. So once you end up with all these values to find the half power, minimum, maximum values, everything, now it's very important for you to understand how the plot has to be done for the radiation pattern. So it's very important for us to make the plot for the radiation pattern. So we are going to plot the radiation pattern and see that how the plot will be when it is two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. If all of you have completed this, we will proceed further with the plot. Okay. So if you understand the case 1, case 2 is very easy. Just the change in equation will appear there, and rest of the things you can follow the same pattern of solving it. So let us, all of you have got the theta half power, phi half power, and maximum values of phi and minimum values of phi. So all the values you have got, is that completed? So you'll be getting phi maxima, phi minima, that is 0, 180 and 360, and phi half power, that is plus or minus 60 and plus or minus 120. So once you complete it, we will proceed further with the plot, how it has to be plotted, the radiation pattern for two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. So all of you draw the x-axis and y-axis. So you understand carefully. You draw these lines first, that is 0, 180 line and 90 and 270 line. After that, you have to take 60 angle and draw this line, which is 60 and 240 line, and 120 and 300 this line as well. So let us see that how this has to be plotted. So once you draw those lines, then I will explain you how the plot has to be done for these two isotropic point sources of same amplitude and phase. So all of you have completed the half power value, 60 and plus or minus 60 plus or minus 120 you got?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so let us, you draw these lines, 180, 360, 0 degree 180 line, and 90, 270 line, and 60 degree and 240 line, that is 120 and 300. After that, we will see that how to plot it. So first thing is that what you have to understand here is phi maximum, that is 90 and 270. What does that indicate? At 90 degree and 270 degree, you are going to get the maximum value for the pattern. So we are going to draw the maximum value on this respective angle. So that is 90 degree. I have to mark the maximum value. I have to mark the maximum value at 270 as well. Don't think of drawing this pattern as of now. Just mark 2 points. That is the maximum value at 90 degree and 270 degree. Minimum values is at 0, 5 minimum, 0, 360 or 180. So all the minimum values will be at this point, exactly at this point, that is 0, 360 and 180 degree. Then you are asked to find out the half power points is at plus or minus 60 degree, plus or minus 120 degree. So first I am going to put half power point at plus 60 degrees. So I have to put one point here, and I have to put another point for minus 60 degree. So that also I am just putting it there. Then plus 120 and minus 120. So all these points I will get it. These points are called as the half power points, and half power means you should slightly draw below to that maximum value. That is maximum value. If you are going with the power pattern, you know that half power points will be at 0.5 value. So you have to just take it like this. You have to take these points here and then put all these points. Then with free hands you have to draw this pattern. So you have to just draw the pattern in free hands. So connect the points and keep moving further and draw the pattern. And you know that it will be symmetric to each other. So you can see that you have to draw the pattern like this. Draw free hands. You will get the pattern of this type, where the maximum value is at 90 and 270 and the minimum value is at 0 degree. And half power points are at plus or minus 60 and plus or minus 120. So complete the pattern. So this is called as a radiation pattern. Okay. So here this pattern where the maximum value is at 90 and 270, we call this by a name that is called as the broadside system. So you need to understand that it is a broadside system. When the peaks are obtained in a plane normal to the axis, it is said to be broadside system. So you can see that at 90 and 270, when the maximum values are available, you call it as a broadside system. And the pattern will look like this. So next, once you complete it, underline this broadside system, and when the peaks are obtained in a plane normal to the axis. This is called as broadside system. So let me just move on further with case 2. So case 1, we have already discussed that two isotopic points of same amplitude and same phase. But in case 2, there is a slight variation where you are going to see that two isotopic point sources of same amplitude, but you are taking an opposite phase. So you are going to go with the opposite phase. So when you are going with an opposite phase, you will see that there is a slight change in the equation what we have written before in the case 1 and with respect to case 2. So here also we are going to take two isotropic point sources of same amplitude but opposite phase. So the sources are located in as shown in the case 1 which we have discussed before. So you can see that I had already discussed those things in the previous class, the location of the source 1 and 2. So here it is same amplitude and same phase, but in the case 2 we are going to see same amplitude but opposite phase. So how the equation we will be writing it for E is, so E will be E naught e to the power of j psi by 2 minus, here you have to write minus for this opposite phase, and you will get E naught e to the power of plus j psi by 2 minus E naught e to the power of minus j psi by 2. So I have also explained here the thing that is E is equal to E naught t to the power of j psi by 2 plus E naught t to the power of j psi by 2. Here opposite phase, so phi will be 180 degree. Since it is opposite phase, phi will be 180 degree. So the equation can be written as E is equal to E naught t to the power of minus j psi by 2 minus e to the power of minus E naught e to the power of minus j psi by 2. So you are going to get E naught e to the power of plus j psi by 2 minus E naught e to the power of minus j psi by 2. So same thing, you are going to simplify the equation further. So I am going to take 2 j E naught as common outside to make this in the form of e to the power of j psi by 2 minus e to the power of minus j psi by 2 divided by 2j. So all of you can keep noting down these equations. So when you write this e to the power of j psi by 2 minus e to the power of minus j psi by 2 divided by 2j, it is same as that of sine psi by 2. So I am going to replace that with sine psi by 2. So I am going to end up with the equation that is 2j e naught sine psi by 2. So you can make a note of all these things, write down case 2. So as I have mentioned, don't get confused with case 1 and case 2. There is a small change, that is, one is same phase, same amplitude and same phase, but here in case 2 it is same amplitude and opposite phase. So you should be very much clear with that. So you got E as 2j E naught sine psi by 2. So whatever we discussed in the first case, the same equations we are going to use here. So you have the equation for psi. Psi we have just now studied, that is psi is equal to dr cos phi. So substitute psi in the equation for E. So you'll get 2j E naught sine dr by 2 cos phi you will get. So this is what you are going to get when you substitute it. You will get 2j E naught sine dr by 2 cos phi. So make a note of all these things. Then we will proceed further. So is that completed? So whatever we have discussed till now, it's clear for all of you, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So you complete it, then we'll proceed further. So we have studied now the equation that is E is equal to 2j E naught sine dr cos phi divided by 2 or dr by 2 cos phi. So this has sine and also an operator j indicating that the phase reversal of one of the source in case 2 results in 90-degree phase shift. Okay, so this is what you can understand, 90-degree phase shift of the total field. And so we can understand that there is a phase change between the source 1 and source 2. As we have discussed in the previous case 1 as well, for normalized field, we will take it as 2j E naught is equal to 1. So we will further simplify it. You can complete these things and we will move on further. So all of you have completed till there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got the equation for E and now we are going to substitute 2j E naught as 1. Okay, now we are going to go for it and then we are going to draw the pattern. So before that, few things like as we have taken the D is equal to lambda by 2 in the previous case as well. So we are taking it as D is equal to lambda by 2. D is equal to lambda by 2 where dr is equal to 2 pi d by lambda, the same thing what we studied in the previous case. So when you substitute D is equal to lambda by 2 in this equation, you will get pi. So dr you will get it as pi. So what is the equation you got? Now just now we have written the equation is 2j E naught sine dr by 2 cos phi. So 2j E naught is 1. So I am going to replace it as 1. So left out is sine dr by 2 cos phi. Dr just now we got it as pi. So we'll get sine pi by 2 cos phi. So that is what you are going to get here. So I have written that E is equal to sine pi by 2 cos phi. You can also write the same in terms of cos. This is sine can also be written in terms of cos as cos pi by 2 cos pi plus pi by 2 you have to do it. So we'll get the equation either in sine or in terms of cos. Now we have to plot the pattern. Before plotting the pattern, we have to find out the maximum, minimum and half power value. So first we will go with maximum, then we will go with the minimum or null direction what is there, and then we will find out the half power. So let us go with the maximum. So the equation is E is equal to sine pi by 2 cos phi. So pi by 2 cos phi max, what you are going to get? Pi by 2 cos phi max, you have to refer the table. So when it is sine of x, so we are going to go back to the table. and see that sine of x for the maximum, it is x is plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2. Use that. So it is pi by 2 cos phi max is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 2, and when you simplify this, you will get cos phi maximum is plus or minus 1, or phi maximum is 0 and 180 degree. Similarly, you do for null or minimum. Minimum you have to do when you are doing it for minimum. So you will get pi by 2 cos phi minimum is equal to plus or minus k pi. You have to go back to the table and check. It is x is equal to plus or minus k pi. X is what here? X is pi by 2 cos phi minimum. That is plus or minus k pi. You have to simplify that for phi minimum. So phi minimum cos phi minimum is 0. So you find out what is. So k you have to take it as 0. Okay, take k as 0 and simplify that. So cos phi minimum is 0. You find out phi minimum. So what you understand from here, the maximum values will be in the angle 0 and 180 degree, and we will see that the minimum values will be, so it will be phi minimum, it will be plus or minus 90 degree. Then after completing the maximum and minimum, you have to go for the half power values. So phi half power, you need to find out phi half power. Go back to the table and check the equation for half power and do it. So you will get, for finding out half power, you will get pi by 2 cos phi half power is equal to plus or minus 2k plus 1 pi by 4. Substitute k is equal to 0, simplify it, find out half power for phi. So when you do it for phi half power, you can see that cos phi half power will be plus or minus 1 by 2, and half power values will be at plus or minus 60 degree or plus or minus 120 degree. So the same way how you have plotted for case 1, put the lines like 180 degree, 180 degree line, 90 to 70 line, then you need 60 and 120 lines also. Put those lines and see that where is your maximum value, there you have to mark the points, and where you have minimum values you have to mark the points, and half power where it is there you need to mark the points. So you can try plotting for that. You can plot that values for maximum, minimum and half power on the axis. So how you are going to get? So just let me take you through that pattern. So this is how you are going to draw it. So maximum value you are going to get at 0 degree and 180 degree. I have put those points there. Then minimum value is at 90 plus or minus 90. So I have put the value here minimum. Half power is at 60 degree, 120 degree, 300 degree as well as 240 degree. So then with free hands you need to draw it. Connect the points, free hands, you will get this figure. So this kind of representation is called as end fire array. Okay, this kind of representation is called as end fire array. The array in which the maximum value of the electric field is obtained in the direction of array axis is called end fire array. So with this, we will stop here for today. Thank you all. You can just make a note of all these figures you completed. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.